What's up? I'm the Afrikan Caesar with Sneaker Bar Detroit and the Sneaker Box Podcast. We're here at Sneaker Legends, located in Dearborn, Michigan, and this is our video review of the Air Jordan Retro 11 Space Jam. The Air Jordan 11 first released in 1995 and is the 9th Air Jordan designed by Tinker Hatfield. Tinker wanted to go all out and pull out all the stops on this shoe, and he wanted the shoe to look like a shiny convertible, hence the patent leather. Legend has it that he also took inspiration from a lawnmower. The Air Jordan 11 was fresh off of Michael Jordan's first retirement from the NBA. He was complaining about the Air Jordan 9, about the traction, about the soft midsole and how it creased up a lot. So what Tinker did, he brought out the Fi-Line midsole, and he also introduced, the first time on the Air Jordan, the carbon fiber shank plate. All right, so when the Air Jordan 11 first released, it retailed for $125. Now they're going for $220. So basically what that means is I'm gonna have to come out an extra $100 to passive aggressively hand to the cashier. You could blame inflation, you could blame greed. Either way, we all know we're gonna come out that extra money to get these next Saturday. The Air Jordan 11 also has the distinction of being the reason why Jordans come out on Saturdays. Back in the day, they used to release on Wednesdays, but kids were skipping school, including myself. And so they had to release the shoes on a Saturday because there was too many complaints from parents and teachers alike. Crazy stories from when I used to go out and go after Air Jordan 11s. I remember one time when the Concourse came out, they sold out at one store and there was another store down the street, and I jumped in the car with complete strangers who was also headed down to the other store. I ended up getting a pair. And this particular pair of Space Jams, I remember there's a mall called Eastland here in Detroit, Michigan. And the police actually were barricading the store, and they told people, like, if you even touch the fence, we will arrest you. And there was one guy who had to touch the fence just to be a smart ass, and they put the cuffs on him right then and there, took him out. And I remember distinctly, as soon as the gate started coming up, you know the thing they tell you when there's a fire, stop, drop, and roll? I literally got on the floor and rolled under the fence so I could be the first person. So I did get my shoe. At that time I wore a size 14. So got my shoes, and yeah, I had them for like a couple years, and I think I recently got rid of them on eBay because they were just done, but somebody wanted to take them and restore them. So yes, I'm looking forward to this coming out next Saturday. This colorway, the Space Jam colorway, was first introduced in the Warner Brothers movie of the same name. Originally there were only 5 pairs made for Michael, and they had the number 45 on the back. This shoe retro once in 2009, and I say once because even though Michael had them back in 1995, they weren't first released to us, the public, until December 13th of 2000. And so they retroed them in 2009, and this year, because of the 20th anniversary, they're bringing it back out in its OG form. All right, so enough of the history lesson. Let's get into the breakdown. The upper is made up of a mixture of black leather, black nylon, and of course, shiny black patent leather that wraps around the entire perimeter of the shoe. On the outer back heel of the upper, you have the Jumpman logo stitched in Concord, this time facing forward on both right and left shoes. Going up the tongue, you have 6 nylon lace straps on either side. Midway up the tongue, lining up with the 3rd lace strap from the bottom, you have the iconic Air Jordan 11 strip that reads Jumpman Jordan with a Concord Jumpman stitched in between. Your inside sock liner is black, as well as your insole. On the heel of your insole, you have the Nike Air logo along with the swoosh screen printed in white. On the back heel of your upper, the sock liner spills, creating this back heel tab. On it, you have the number 45 stitched in white. Your midsole is made up of white Fi-Line and is molded into a wave-like design around the shoe. Parts of the outsole extend upward around the shoe, covering the front toe box and creating a point at the back heel of the shoe. Also, if you look hard enough, the midsole isn't smooth. It has tiny little squares imprinted on it. Moving down, you have that icy blue outsole. The bluish tint helps to prevent the oxidation process that turns the outsole yellow. On the forefront and heel of the outsole, you have Concord pods with a herringbone traction. Visible through the outsole and peeking out in the midsole of the shoe, you can see the carbon fiber plate with 3 ovals, 2 near the forefoot and 1 near the heel, with the Jumpman logo seated in the middle. Obviously, there's gonna be a lot of hype for this shoe. Everybody's been looking forward to this shoe ever since the news came out last year that, you know, with it being the 20th anniversary, they're gonna bring these back out. Granted, the other pair came out in 2009, so it wasn't that long ago. I still have a pair from 09. But I am looking forward to these, especially with the remastered version. Here's the pair from 09, and there's some obvious differences. One is the outsole, which is readily apparent. This one had more of the clear outsole. This one has that bluish tint, which I always thought they should have done anyway. Also too, the OG pair was Concord in black, not blue and black like a lot of people think. It looked blue with the whole black surrounding it, I guess, especially in the movie. So it looks blue, but it's not blue like the other pair of Space Jams that came out. You can definitely see the difference. Let me show you. On the pods, this one is more blue, this one is more of a Concord colorway. Also, the height of the shoe. Granted, these are two different sizes, but this has a higher cut. One of the most noticeable differences is the patent leather. The cut of the patent leather is a lot higher, and it's true to the OG form. Once again, there are a lot of people complaining about it, but you ask for OG colorways, you ask for OG form, so here you go. Another thing that people are complaining about are the cuts or the peaks from the cut of the patent leather. The real versions, the authentic versions, will have the peaks on them because it is authentic patent leather. You could tell too, because just like the OGs, you see this white line going along the patent leather part. You don't see that on the other pair because it's more of a synthetic leather. But other than that, everything is true to form. Oh, except for obviously the heel. Previous versions had the 23. This one has the 45. And like I said before, also going back to the OG form, the Jumpman logo on the heel will be facing forward on both the right and left shoe. On retro pairs, and I think the pair in 2000, the right shoe had the Air Jordan going forward and the left shoe had them going the other way. Why they did that, I don't know. But besides that, everything is pretty much the same. Me personally, I love this shoe. If I had to complain, I try not to, but if I had to complain, remember on the 2000 pair, on this strip right here on the tongue, it said Jumpman Jam. Had they done that, it'd been 100% perfect. I'd have been 100% happy. Right now, I'm 99.99999% happy. So it doesn't make that big of a difference, but it definitely would have added to the shoe. All right, so the Air Jordan 11 is part of an overall collection in collaboration with Warner Brothers and the Looney Tunes for the 20th anniversary of Space Jam, obviously. They put the color theme on like the 31s, the Air Jordan Retro 1 Ultra, some other shoes. So it's part of an overall collection. They also have shirts. They got the Toon Squad jersey. This box is ridiculous. It's like, I mean, trying to open this box is like trying to get into a bank vault. You got to take the slip cover off, and then another cover, then the paper. The shoe horn in here is blue with the, I don't want to say glittery, but it's like a shimmery effect to it. For the ladies, I feel bad for you. Hopefully you have a good job or you have a good man, because you got these coming out. You also have the maroon 11s, the GS versions coming out. And I also believe there are some wool. Well, some of the wools I've already released, and then allegedly there's a PSNY version that's also coming out. But either way, ladies, you are definitely gonna have your hands full trying to get both pairs. So good luck with that. All right, so that about wraps up our video review of the Air Jordan 11. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, not the thumbs down, the thumbs up button. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, shout out to Sneaker Legends for giving me access to the store to do this video review. Make sure you go to sneakerbardetroit.com for your sneaker news and release dates. And even though this shoe is black, practice and stunting, protect your shoes. This is an investment. You're gonna spend $230, probably more than that after tax, on these shoes. So what's the point of buying them if you're not going to protect them? Especially this white midsole. For whatever reason, this is like hard to clean. Like once this gets dirty, it is hard to clean. So avoid the problems and just practice safe stunting. Get yourself some crap. And finally, make sure you check out the Sneaker Box Podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Podcast Addict, Sneaker Bar Detroit, and on this very YouTube channel that you're watching right now. As a matter of fact, we will be doing another live stream on this YouTube channel Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to call in with your sneaker comments and questions, you can call in and talk to us live at 888-799-5267. So check us out, the Sneaker Box Podcast. You can follow us on social media, preferably Instagram. You can check out the Sneaker Box _podcast. All right, once again, I am the Afrikan Caesar with Sneaker Bar Detroit and the Sneaker Box Podcast. Shout out to my video guy, Magic Ock. I call him Doc Ock because it's easier to say. We'll see you guys next time. We out. Peace.